2024 winter fashion trends. Good morning. For those of you who don't know, my name is Maya Karen. I run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how to style, and now natural hair care and hair care topics. If you are into any of those things, please consider subscribing to my channel. Click the notification bell. That way you will never miss a video. So let's get into it. We did talk about fall winter trends. I will link those down below. And some of these are going to bleed, or some of these are going to come over. So let's get started. So first, let's talk about two colors, and they were popular for fall and they're going to be popular for winter as well. The first one is going to be burgundy. You guys know that I'm not really a red person, but I do love the color of burgundy. It is deep and it is dark and it is rich, and you are going to find it everywhere. Hats, clothes, shoes, belts, and purses. The second one is going to be dark brown. Now, I used to think that I was not going to be able to wear dark brown because I thought, because I am brown myself, that it was going to drown me out, but it actually doesn't. When the brown is very deep and when it's very rich, it actually looks really good on me. But I love the deep brown, or I love the dark brown. I do have a couple of dark brown pieces coming, but I also love wearing dark brown with gold. I think it looks amazing. Then let's talk about two textures. The first one is going to be suede. Typically when we think of suede, we think of shoes, we think of purses, but this right here that I am showing you is an actual suede set. Suede is going to be very in. The second one is going to be corduroy. Now for me personally, that takes me back to my private school days with the uniforms, so I will not be partaking, but I understand. The corduroy that I was wearing was navy and green. I do happen to like this very rich color right here, but let me know in the comments, if you went to private school or when you were young, did you wear corduroy, and are you going to wear it now? Are you going to dip your toe in that? Okay. The next one, let's talk about coats. I do have 4 types of coats. The first one is going to be capes. I'm not really a cape person, but I understand them. They are very classic and they have a very classic silhouette. The next one is going to be, let's call this wild cats, right? So we do know that for fall, leopard print was in. We know when it comes to the headbands, when it comes to the tops, when it comes to the skirts, when it comes to the shoes. But since for a lot of people, winter is typically a lot colder or a lot cooler than fall, it's mainly going to be for coats. You're going to see a lot of companies coming out with leopard print coats. The one after that is going to be leather trenches, and trench coats are classic, leather is classic, so that is a perfect combination. And the last type of coat is going to be a winter white shearling. You guys know that I absolutely love monochrome looks. However, in real life, I am a klutz and it never fails. Anytime, and y'all know I love wearing white for summer, but anytime I wear white, whether it's a midi dress, whether it's a fit and flare dress, whether it's a top, I always spill something on it. So of course for winter it is going to be off-white, or it is going to be a cream, but you are going to see a lot of companies begin to come out with white or off-white shearling coats. I think they are gorgeous, but just for me, they are not practical, but I think it's beautiful. Okay, let's get into the rest of the trends. The first one, and this has been in for a couple of seasons as well, but it's going to be embellished jeans. Whether you have the hip cut out, whether you have, I guess you could say, Swarovski crystals, or just crystals all over your pants. I know for fall 2024, Chanel came out with an entire Canadian tuxedo. It had the jacket, it had the jeans, and it had like these little sparkles all over it. I believe during the summer, I saw them on Miss Janae Naylor. She had on like these wide pants Chanel jeans, but they had the Chanel logo all over them. Also, you will see embellishments, you will see sparkles, you will see different colors. One of the photos right here, it kind of looks like this young lady has on chaps with her jeans. It's just going to be over the top jeans. And why not? All you have to do is throw on those embellished jeans with a pair of shoes, get a belt, throw on a button down, and you're out the door. The next trend is going to be go to work. And this is going to be more so with people who are hands-on. So your cargo pants, your boiler suits. I think Hermes did a beautiful job with this suit right here. I think the way that they have it at the neck, I think the way that they have it cinched. But when you think of it, just think of like your boiler suits and think of your cargo pants. Think utilitarian. The next trend, which this always comes and goes, but for some, this is an actual style. This this is an actual aesthetic, but elevated boho. Whenever I personally think of boho or elevated boho or luxury, I always think of Chloe, and their fall winter 2024 runway was nothing short of that, and it was absolutely beautiful. All of the flowy long dresses and skirts and the sheer, and then they would do something a little bit different. They may shorten it, they may put on some boots, and they would put on a leather jacket. But whenever you think of elevated boohoo chic or boho chic, think Chloe. And that I would probably say, I can't think of the name right now, but a good, I would say mid-price would be Free People. And then if you want to go a little bit over that, I would probably say Nicole Richie's line. I believe she has her own site, but you can also go on Etsy and find very beautiful boho pieces. The next trend, which is going to be brought over for spring 2025 because it was on the runways, is going to be the tracksuit. This is very much giving me 2000s. I didn't have a tracksuit, but I did have a velour suit. But your quintessential tracksuit, I know that Adidas did a collaboration with Wales Bonner. I love the colors. Tracksuits are not really my thing, but they are going to be very popular. Not to mention they are very comfortable and easy to style. The next trend, which has been in for a couple of seasons as well, is going to be the bubble hems, the bubble skirts, and the bubble tops. I believe there was this whole viral moment when it came to the HBCU homecomings and all of the young ladies who were choosing to wear the bubble hems and bubble skirts. But it's going to be the exact same thing for winter. It's going to be voluminous. It's going to be a bubble hem. The next trend, which this was also a trend for fall, so it's going to be a trend for winter as well. And I spoke about this, about how to get dressed quickly and look chic, and just kind of how to change and zhuzh up your wardrobe. But it's going to be put some pants under your dress. You guys know where I gave the example of that beautiful Ajay white dress that I had. Y'all know that I don't wear pants, but if I wanted to try this, all I would have to do is just, it's a maxi dress. It's a white maxi dress. All I would have to do is probably, I would say, keep it open till about where my navel is, put on a pair of pants and boots, and there you have it. Next is going to be the collarless blazer, and Chanel does these very beautifully. Whenever I think of a collarless blazer, the very first place that I go to is Chanel, but they are going to be in. I'm not so much into the boxy collarless blazer. I like the ones that have a cinched waist, just to give you a little bit of a definition. The next trend is going to be countryside chic, and again, whenever I think of countryside chic, for me personally and boho, I do also think of Ula Johnson. I think these pictures right here, these two capes, are from Chloe. I think they did a beautiful job. But when you think of countryside chic, I always think of like the I think it's like the Right of Isles or the Isles sweater. I happen to have a very beautiful one from J. Crew. But when I think of countryside chic, I think of Wellington boots, I think of wellies, I think of riding boots, I think of quilted jackets and quilted vests, I think of flannel jackets, I think of hats. So whenever you think of countryside chic, think of it that way. Hop on, as a matter of fact, hop on J. Crew's website and you will know exactly what I'm talking about, which is going to segue us into our next trend, which is very classic, but it is going to be the classic cashmere crew neck sweater. I have several of these. I don't know if they refer to them like this anymore, but I would probably say I have 6 to 7 from J. Crew. They used to be referred to as their TP sweaters. They typically come out with several, and they always make sure that they are on trend with the color. The next trend is sparkle all the time, and this has actually been a trend for a while. I remember when we first came out of COVID and people were starting to go outside again, especially when it came to just being outside with their friends, there were some people who were choosing to dress up in gowns and in sparkle to even go get their COVID vaccine. So it has been a part of, I would say, the trends for a while. With the holiday season coming up, you are going to see more sparkly pieces, but people are not waiting to wear their sparkly pieces just for special occasions. And I say, why not? You guys know that I'm an advocate for wearing your clothes, and y'all also know that I am a repeat offender. I wear my clothes all the time. The next trend, we will call this wrap it up, and then we will also tack on draping. You guys know that I love draping. You guys know that I love ruching. I know what really viral at one point was that totem jacket, and basically it had the scarf already attached. That's going to be very in, and you are also going to see that with tops. They're already going to have that piece that you can just flip over already attached to the shirt. On the flip side to that, or let's connect that to the ruching, you're gonna have the one shoulder, you're gonna have the shoulder pad, you're gonna have the ruching at the top, you're gonna have it at the bottom. Just very beautiful ways to accentuate the female body. And the last trend, which this has been on trend for a couple of seasons now, but it is going to be sheer. You guys know how I feel about sheer pieces. I think that they can be beautifully done as within reason, but it's going to be the exact same thing. You're going to have sheer tops. I know it's going to be very popular, and I have a few myself because it is winter. Is you're going to have like a turtleneck, or you're going to have a long sleeve shirt, and then maybe like a slit of sheer, or maybe like a design. Same thing with your skirts. I know what is really popular, and I know Prada did one a couple of seasons ago, is you're going to have like, let's say like the mini length of the skirt, and then the rest of it is going to be sheer. Okay, so those are all of the winter trends that I have for you, and a lot of these are very wearable. We have seen that since the beginning of 2024, even for spring and for summer, that a lot of these trends have been very wearable, and I actually appreciate that because they're classic pieces and they will transcend time. They will stay in your closet for a very long time. Let me know what was your favorite trend. Let me know if you're going to try any of this, especially with the corduroy. I just want to remind you, here on YouTube, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and of course right here or right here I'll put my Instagram handle. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and remember, ladies, to dress with simplicity to make a lasting impression. Bye.
We always have it coming.